How are we all doing? Welcome back. My name's Kee. Welcome back to Premier League Dad. We are live again. It feels like such a long time. I know it's only been 2 or 3 days, whatever. It's 3 days? I think it's 3 days since we last went live. Portugal against Spain, UEFA Nations League final. And it's been, a good few days off. For the first time in months, I've not done a live watch along. So I've had 3 days where I've been looking after my wife. She's been in hospital. She's had surgery and stuff. So she's fine. Thank you to everyone that sent messages, that put comments, nice comments on, and checked in and stuff. She's absolutely fine. She's recovering. I have done my diligent husband duty for now. That's still ongoing, but I've looked after her to a point, and she's well enough that I can come back and watch a little bit of footy anyway. And we're live again. Listen, we're live for a massive game tonight. We're watching the Under-21 UEFA Under-21 Championships. If you like it, I mean, this is scouting. This is effectively what scouts do, right? They're watching the next generation. We're watching the next batch of Wonder Kids. Wunderbar. We're watching the next batch of Wonder Kids right here. And we're going to watch them. Portugal against France tonight. Two very, very good countries with two very good crops coming through of youngsters. So it's going to be a really good game, this. A really, really good game. And we'll go through the lineups and everything shortly. There's quite a few names you'll recognise. And we'll go through the lineups. We'll talk through all that shortly. As always, I do want to give a massive shout out, a big thank you to Matchbingo, who continue to sponsor Premier League Dad. If you've not tried Matchbingo, please do so. They are a wonderful bunch of guys over there, and beyond all that, they're a fantastic genius app. If you like football betting, if you don't like football betting, I'll level with you. It's probably not for you. If you don't like football betting, stay away. If you do like football betting, or if you like a go on the bingo, then it's perfect, right? It combines both of those two. All the fun and excitement of a bet on the football, and all the fun and excitement you'd associate with a game of bingo. The way that it works is you buy a bingo card for a game like this, right? You buy a bingo card, you get 15 random events that could take place during the game that you're watching. And it'll be simple things, straightforward things, usually like a throw into France under-21s, a corner to Portugal under-21s, right? And as those things happen during the game, they will be ticked off on your bingo card. You get prizes for a line, prizes for 2 lines, prizes for a full house. And it's a great little bit of fun to add as you're watching the game. They also have another thing called Bingoals, which I quite liked. Bingoals is where it creates a random Premier League weekend or English Football League weekend from 2-3 years ago, for example. So it might give you the weekend of February 23rd, 2021, right? And it'll do all the 3 p.m. kickoffs. It'll give you 15 teams, right? And it'll say things like Port Vale, Gillingham, Liverpool, Tottenham, Oldham, whatever, right? They'll give you all these teams, right? And if they scored on that particular weekend, it basically goes through it. And again, you get prize for a line, prize for 2 lines, prize for a full house. There's all sorts of games you can play on this Match Bingo app. It is really, really fun. It's worth a go. It's definitely worth a try. As I say, you can check it out. You can download by scanning the QR code, which is on screen right now, or you can click the link, which is in my description as well. And as I say, if you sign up, you deposit £5, you get £10 free. I'm not going to keep pushing it. But they are really, really good guys. And if you do that, you'd be supporting the channel. So if you do want to give it a whirl, please do so. Massive thank you for those that already have. I know there's quite a few that have carried on playing and actually made a bit of cash. So fair play to you if you have. Well done. If you haven't, no problem at all. Thank you very much for checking it out and downloading anyway. But either way, let's get stuck into tonight's game. I'm still suspended on TikTok. We're not live on TikTok tonight, so we're still going to be stuck on all the other channels. With I say channels, still on Twitch, X, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, of course. We're live across them all, and I'm really, really looking forward to this tonight. It's the first proper game of footy I've watched in days. Proper. I mean, I caught little bits of the England game against Senegal. Thankfully, I didn't watch that, to be honest. They were dreadful, weren't they? I caught a little bit of the highlights of the South American games. Obviously, Colombia, Brazil, Argentina. I mean, I saw Luis Diaz. What a wonderful goal that was from Luis Diaz in the Colombia-Argentina game. That was fantastic. What else? What other footy have I watched? Belgium and Wales as well. Belgium and Wales was a great game. We would have done that one as well. Belgium and Wales finishing 4-3. A fabulous, fabulous game. Really, really enjoyed that one. But yes, sorry, let's get stuck into the chat. Pure Loyalist, good to have you, mate. I hope you enjoyed your party with our friends from Belfast. And your head's not still sore, mate. But really, really good to have you, as always. Kieran, good to have you back, as always. Kieran Baines, good to have you. Any news on Ipswich, Kieran? I've kept up with some bits and bobs that I've seen over the last few days. But you're our Ipswich correspondent, Kieran. We rely on you for news. Obviously, Kieran McKenna being linked heavily with that Brentford job, with Thomas Frank going to Spurs. Is there any news in that, do you think? Is there anything from club sources that you're picking up? Do we think that's likely to happen? If so, who do you think would be a good candidate to replace Kieran McKenna at Ipswich? Really, really interested in that one. Paul Kenny, thanks for the great coverage of Oldham v Southend in the playoff final. I'm an Oldham fan. Paul Kenny, please give me a shout out, please. Of course, Paul Kenny, good to have you, as always, mate. Great to have you on the channel. We talk random. We don't just talk about Oldham and Southend. Of course, we did that one. That was a great game. That is actually the most watched game we've done on this channel. But it was a very, very good game, wasn't it? And a great result for Oldham. Look, I'm a Liverpool fan, but I enjoyed it. And as a Northerner, I was cheering Oldham on anyway. Up the ticks. Meat pie, sausage roll. Come on, Oldham, give us a goal and all that good stuff. And yeah, great. Loved it. Really enjoyed that. It was a great game. I did worry for Oldham going into extra time, but it was a cracking one. It was a cracking game. Ethan, good to see you, Ethan, as well. Let us know any Southampton news. We want to know that. Matty Fernandes starting. As in Matthias Fernandes. No! Matthias Fernandes of Southampton. Is he really? No. Well, let's go through the lineups, actually. That's a great point. Ethan, hopefully Charmy doesn't bet 100 quid. Razine! Here he is, Razine. Where were you, mate? As I said, we're part of my daily routine, and gotta say, I missed you. I've been looking after my missus. My missus has had her gallbladder out. She's had surgery for the last few days. Well, she's not for the last few days. She had surgery Monday. So I didn't do any streaming on Monday. I was in the hospital looking after her. Tuesday, again, she's been recovering, and then today, obviously, we're back streaming again. So I've had two and a half days off from streaming purely for medical reasons, and not even mine. That's the dedication you get from us, if nothing else. So I'll be back. I promise you now, we'll be streaming every single day going forward, unless touch wood, obviously, unless something horrendous happens. Pure Loyalist always takes a couple of days to recover. Those guys know how to party. Yes, absolutely. Razine, it was tough against Paraguay for us, but gotta say, Cunha was a difference maker. Well, Cunha missed an absolute sitter, didn't he, Razine? I saw that as well. United paid big money for him. One of the first things he does is miss an absolute sitter for Brazil. Daz Reynolds, any news on Vert? No confirmed news, Daz, but pretty much everyone knows that one's kind of agreed. Basically, Fabrizio Romano gave the here we go, and Fabrizio Romano gets his sources, his information from the player's agent. The likes of Ornstein, Joyce, various other reporters that you might have seen, Paul Joyce and David Ornstein, they've said no, there's no deal just yet. It's still very early, but the clubs are very confident that a deal will get done. So I think what's happened is Romano's been briefed by the player's agent that there's been a breakthrough, and actually it is pretty much agreed. And Ornstein and Joyce, who get their source and their information from the club side, I think they've been told actually that's a little bit premature. It's not quite box ticked and finalised yet, but it's as good as. It's as good as. It is basically a done deal. Medicals all but done. Personal terms are all but done. It's going to get done, don't worry. Pure Loyalist always takes... Oh, sorry, we've already done that one. Kieran, I hope he stays at Ipswich, but I have seen that if Thomas Frank goes to Tottenham and McKenna to Brentford, but I really hope not. Who would you say who would you have in? Who would you have replacing Kieran McKenna then? Kieran. Razine, gotta say, Scouser, because you ain't much interested in England national team games. No, I'm not. I'm not a Scouser. I was born just outside Liverpool. I don't meet the criteria for a Scouser. I don't have an L postcode, and I don't have a purple wheelie bin. So no, I am not a Scouser. I was born just outside Liverpool, but I've always kind of felt a little bit detached from England. If you're from where I'm from as well, St Helens, kind of for the same reasons. as Liverpool do. It's all very political. It's all very political. But basically, the long story short is, sorry about that. The long story short is that in the 90s or whatever, the northern part of England just kind of got shut off by the south, and for that reason, Liverpool and the northwest don't really take too much to England as a result. Certainly not where I'm from anyway. Razine, we've done that one, Daz. It's a done deal. Medic's all complete. Situation on Kirkes. I think Kirkes is pretty much done. Yeah, Kirkes is done as well. I think Romano said the same on that one, hasn't he? Kirkes is done. We'd expect to see that one done and wrapped up in the next few days. So yeah, looking forward to both of those getting done. I mean, we've just got to wait and see, haven't we? Really, with Wirtz, with Kirkes. There are a few other deals that are just cracking on with. Again, I don't want to keep focusing purely on Liverpool. This isn't a Liverpool channel. I am a Liverpool fan. I don't want people to get the perception that all we talk about is Liverpool. But Jarell Quansah of Liverpool is being linked heavily with Bayer Leverkusen. Apparently, Leverkusen are in talks with Liverpool over a potential £40 million move for Quansah. Now, I think that'd be great. Yeah, I think that'd be great for Jarell Quansah and for Liverpool. I think Liverpool need a better centre-back than Quansah. Good centre-back though he is, I think he needs games. A bit like Harvey Elliott. With Quansah and Elliott, both of them fantastic, really, really likeable, good talent. But if they're going to reach their potential, they need games. And Liverpool aren't going to give them that. They're not good enough to get games, but they're good enough as squad players. And you don't want squad players who are 20, 21, 22. You need them a bit older to be able to step in and be kind of ready to go for it. So I think Elliott and Quansah need a move, and I'm sure they'll get one. Ethan, we are looking at Willem Goebbels. Goebbels, where's he from? Is he French as well? I'm trying to think of where have I seen him from? Is he Goebbels? Let's have a look. Goebbels. No, I'm not seeing Goebbels in this team. I thought he was in the... Is he Belgian, Goebbels? Willem Goebbels. French. He is French. He's 23, French, plays for St. Gallen. 15 goals in 61 games. He had a really big reputation at Monaco, didn't he? I think that's why I remember him. Wasn't he like one of them great ones people signed on FIFA? Kieran Hutchinson may be going to Sunderland for 15 million. Oh, that feels cheap. Amari Hutchinson for 15 million. Didn't you pay close to double that for him? It was certainly 25 million quid, wasn't it, for him? That feels cheap. Kieran, maybe Ange at Ipswich. Who would you say? Who would I say at Ipswich? I think there's quite a... I mean, Steve Cooper. I don't know what's going on with Steve Cooper, but there seems to be rumours linking him with quite a few teams. I don't know. I mean, it feels like if you're going to replace Kieran McKenna, you want another kind of progressive manager, don't you? You want someone who's maybe a little bit more forward thinking. I'm not sure I'm not sure Steve Cooper would be adequate, actually. Yeah, you need more of a forward thinking man. Like maybe Will Still was a great appointment, I think, for Southampton. Ipswich need to be aiming more towards that sort of realm. But I don't know who they could tempt. That's the thing. I'm trying to think of maybe some suitable coaches they could go and pick up. Let me have a think about that one. Ethan, Paul on a match due to Turkey. Yeah, that's another one. Litigation, it's more exciting watching a Scouser reading the Sun than watching this current England squad. I mean, yeah, if you see a Scouser reading the Sun, that's sacrilege. I remember going on holiday with a few of my mates, and they were a big Liverpool fans, same as me. And we flew out of Manchester Airport. And there was a lad who was... He wasn't really a friend of mine, but it was a stag do. And we was all going away. And he was a friend of a friend. You know, you kind of mingle with those people who you know, how do you know him? Oh, yeah, and you'd all kind of come together on the stag do. And, yeah, he literally picked up in Manchester Airport a good stack of Sun newspapers, just lobbed them straight in the bin. And he does it every time he goes through the airport. He absolutely hates them. Pure loyalist Jack Butland refuses to play under Martin, so I can't see him being at Ibrox much longer with that attitude. That's strange. Why? Why is that? Why has he refused to play? Ethan Goebbels is French. Yes, I spotted. Yeah, he plays for St Gallen. Kieran, 15 million is cheap. We bought Hutchinson for 22 million plus add-ons. Wow, okay. Yeah, 15 million is quite cheap. Chimey, hey Key, hey chat. Good to see you, Chimey. How's it going? Boy, where to watch? You can watch it, mate, on 4/7. If you go to Channel 4, if you're in the UK, I'm assuming you're in the UK. If you are in the UK, you can go to Channel 4 online, download the app, and you can watch it for free on Channel 4. It isn't on Channel 4 on the TV. You have to actually do it via the app. So that is where I am watching it. I don't know if that's where you can watch it, but you can get it on Channel 4. Download the app. It is live on there. Ethan, Chimey, have you put bets on this match tonight? I have. I've got both teams to score. Just in that. I've not done anything else. I had Spain to beat Slovakia earlier. That was another one in the under-21 championships I was really keen to watch. But let's go through the lineups very quickly, because we are literally just 15 minutes away from the lineup. So we've got in goal, this is for, let's do Portugal first. Portugal, in goal, it's Samuel Suarez, who you might know from Benfica, young Benfica goalkeeper. He's coming through looking very, very promising. Then it's Pinheiro, who again is in the Premier League with Famalicão. Chico Lamba, João Muniz, and Rafael Rodriguez. In midfield, it is Matheus Fernandes, who you might know from Southampton. Again, he's been probably the star of Southampton's season. Still only 20 years of age, very, very young, and I think he does have a big future. They really like him there at Southampton, as I'm sure Ethan in the chat will tell us. Very, very likeable player. Then it's Diogo Nascimento alongside him, and Paulo Bernardo of Celtic, another ex-Benfica youngster. Now at Celtic up in Scotland, Paulo Bernardo, Matheus Fernandes and Nascimento. And then up front, it is Chelsea's new winger, Giovanni Quenda, 18 years of age now, sorry. Thiago Tomas of Wolfsburg. And on the left-hand side, Roger Fernandes of Braga. So Roger Fernandes and Giovanni Quenda, two of the next crop of very, very highly rated young wide players. These are the Desiree Doué and Lamine Yamal coming through the next rank. So I'm really excited to see Roger Fernandes and Giovanni Quenda. On the other side of the pitch for France, we've got Restes in goal. Guillaume Restes, again 20 years of age, plays for Toulouse. Great young goalkeeper, one to keep an eye on. At left back, it's Quentin Merlan, who's played for Marseille, done very, very well at Marseille for quite some time. Castello Lukeba at centre-back, a centre-back that Liverpool have kept their eye on for a number of years, been linked heavily with him. Alongside him is Chris Lane Matsima. Right back, it's Kylian Sildilia, who you might know from Freiburg. Into midfield, it's Ismail Decore, plays for Strasbourg, another one that Chelsea are keeping their eye on, given the two links between the club. Johan Lepenant of Nantes on loan from Lyon, and Andy Diouf of Lens in midfield. And then a front three, two of which we'll recognise. Matthijs Ablein of Nantes. I think he's on loan from... No, he's not on loan. He's joined them from Rennes, hasn't he? So yeah, Matthijs Ablein on Nantes. And then you've got Wilson Odobert of Tottenham, and Matthijs Tell of Tottenham. So two Tottenham wide players up there, and Matthijs Ablein. Some, as I say, very, very familiar players in this one. Very, very familiar young wide players. Couple of very, very decent centre-backs and midfield players. And Restes, the goalkeeper. Intrigued to see how Restes gets on as well. Ethan, I'm watching it via Channel 47 on my Sky TV without the app. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Sky TV, Channel 47. I didn't know that. Pure loyalist, no reasons given past acquaintance. Interesting. I didn't even know that Butland had encountered Russell Martin at any point. Well, there you go. Ethan Mateus is very loved on the South Coast. Kieran Baines, what do you think of Russell Martin going to Rangers as manager? I am really not sure, you know. I think he handled the press conference incredibly well, I will say that. I didn't think... And I think I said this not that long ago when we was talking about Russell Martin, I didn't think he was a good appointment for Rangers. I was very sceptical. I thought he'd done very well to secure that appointment. And then I saw the interview that he gave, and I think he gave a really good fist of it. I thought he kind of bit back a little bit at the suggestion that he was too, underqualified or this was too big of a job for him. I thought he handled that actually quite well. So given, I've got I am a bit cynical about it. I thought he put me in my place a little bit. I thought he did very well. He handled it well. I was impressed with that. Maybe he does kick on, and maybe he shows me that I was completely wrong in thinking that about him. But yeah, my gut feel is that I'm not sure he'll do all that well, and we'll see him move on from Rangers inside the next 6 to 8 months. Probably just after maybe New Year. Ronnie Dodge, hey mate, how did the missus surgery go? Good to see you, Ronnie. Yeah, it went as well as surgery can go. I mean, she's still in pain. She's still in pain. She's still bedridden pretty much. But she's well enough that I can come and watch a bit of football with you guys tonight. So, yeah, she's fine. She's okay. If at any point I get a frantic call through the stream and I have to dart off, that's what it is. But she's fine. She really is okay. She's at home resting up. Or at least I hope she is. She's not just underplaying it, she's out partying. Pure loyalist Kieran Baines, hopefully better than he done as a player. Got to give him the support. Absolutely, yeah. Kieran, pure loyalist, not by an Ipswich fan as he played for Norwich, but it's just strange he moved to Rangers. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Again, it is an unusual one. So this is, we're playing at the Slovakia, the Trenčín Stadium in Slovakia, the Sihot Stadium, home of Trenčín in Slovakia. That is where the Under-21 Championships are being played. Slovakia 2025. Beautiful country, Slovakia. Beautiful, beautiful country. Litigation, never knew, but Russell Martin played for Scotland. Think he's Scottish. Ronnie, I bet you're glad you didn't watch that dross that England played. I mean, mate, I'll be honest with you. Whenever England are on, I generally don't watch them. And I'll watch the opening of an envelope. I will literally watch anything football-wise. But I do find it incredibly difficult to watch England. And I have done for many, many years. I think Thomas Tuchel's taken this particular bunch of England players backwards. I think Gareth Southgate, I mean, he did all right. I don't think he was brilliant, but he did all right, didn't he? And Thomas Tuchel's just taking them backwards. Yeah, I don't think it's a particularly good look for Thomas Tuchel and this England squad. It is an attitude issue, isn't it? I don't think it's a system issue. I think it's very much about their approach, their attitude, their application, all of that. So yeah, I'm sceptical, very sceptical about Thomas Tuchel. But again, I don't really care. As far as England go, if England lost every game and didn't qualify for a major tournament, I'd have just laughed. Litigation, no draw at half-time is good for my bank account. I want to talk about a few things tonight. I want to talk about quite a few things tonight. Because there's a lot that's happened, it feels like, in the last couple of days since we last spoke, since we last got together. It feels like there's been quite a bit of news. Chimey, that's great news, Key. Hopefully I have good news from the hospital too. I've been very naughty lately. Oh, are you going to get an all clear? Hopefully you get an all clear, if that's what you mean by being you've been a bit naughty. But hey, whatever's got, is it the hospital or the clinic? But hopefully, mate, whatever the news is you're hoping for, I really am rooting for you. What was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying. You threw me off there, Chimey. Ronnie Dodge, Vert's going to Liverpool is a good bomber, to be honest. It is. Very, very good. Is he on 330 or 320k a week? He's on a big chunk of change, isn't he? On a very big chunk of change. So yeah, I want to get your thoughts on a few things tonight, because there are rumours that the replacement for Thomas Frank, who is of course going to Spurs to replace Ange Postecoglou, allegedly, the replacement is Scott Parker of Burnley, or at least that is one of those being rumoured to join Brentford. Now, if Scott Parker goes to Brentford, I have to say I am hesitant. I'm gonna have to withdraw my early backing of Burnley as a potential staying up next year, because I really did think Burnley would give it a good go. I actually thought we'd see Burnley or Leeds, one of those two, staying up, and I didn't really have all that much faith in Sunderland. Sorry, I thought it would be one of those two. That said, it's actually gone completely the other way now. I'm kind of pinning my hopes on Leeds and Sunderland. As you know, I've got a bet. I've got a bet with a couple of the people in our chat. One of our regulars, Ben, I swore blind that at least one Premier League promoted team would stay up next year. Whether it was Leeds, Burnley or Sunderland, one of them would stay up, at least one. And we've got a bet running for that. So, if Burnley lose, bearing in mind they've already lost Egan Riley to Strasbourg, big player for them. Egan Riley's gone. Estev's probably going. Trafford might be going to Newcastle. And now Scotty Parker, the manager, might be going. Feels like this is possibly the worst type of preparation Burnley could have done for the Premier League season. So, yeah, I've got to say, it's not looking great, is it? It's really not looking great. Litigation, Ronnie, dress would be more appropriate to describe them. I watched the Brazil game last night, says Ronnie Dodge. Cunha missed a sitter. I was, oh no, and then he got an assist for Vinny Jr. Listen, Cunha is I had a bit of a joke about that before, about Cunha missing a sitter, but he's a very good player. He is a very good player. He'll do fine. He'll do fine for United. I don't think he'll be a game changer. I think he'll do fine. He'll just do okay. Ronnie Dodge, Wolves will go down, I reckon. See, I've got a lot of faith in Wolves. I really like Vitor Pereira as a manager. I think he's got a real tune out of Wolves, and they've started performing. Even though they've not necessarily got the results, I think since Vitor Pereira came in, sometimes they played incredibly well and still got beat. There was quite a lot of that with Wolves last season after Pereira came in. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what Wolves produce next season, especially if they can keep hold of Strand Larsen as well. It's going to be interesting to see who they actually replace Cunha, Ait-Nouri with. These are big players for Wolves. Pure Loyalist, Leeds will stay up. You think so? Leeds going to stay up? Okay. Happy enough with that. I think as long as one of them does, I don't care. I just don't want to be losing bets. Pure Loyalist, we've done that one. Kieran Baines, I love that most bookies have backed Ipswich to go up. Ipswich are certs, mate. I would be amazed if Ipswich don't go back up. You've got a Premier League. You've got a team right now, I think, that is too good, far too good for the Championship, but maybe still not quite good enough for the Premier League. The only hope really for Ipswich is that in going down, you could gain some experience, and maybe some of those players that you've got, the Jacob Greaves, the Palmers, maybe even the Sammy Smodics, some of these players will go down and realise and be able to gain some experience and come back up to the Premier League with a touch more confidence that they belong at that level. John Marsden, how's it going, John? Good to see you, mate. How's it going? It's been a while, John. It's been a long time. Reese, hope all is good, Prem Dad. Good to see you, Reese. Really good to see you, mate. Yeah, all's good. Mrs. is out of hospital. She's home. She's recovering. She's convalescing. She's all good. At home, chilling, resting. At least I think that's where she is. I hope that's where she is. She could be out boogieing. She could be out dancing. Dancing the night away. And she's telling me that I'm resting up in bed. John Marsden, Coventry should be in the Prem. Well, here's another question for you, John. Because a little birdie tells me the rumour on the grapevine is that Coventry are about to do a deal with Sunderland for Rodoni. If Joe Bellingham Joe Bellingham has gone to Dortmund, hasn't he, for best part of, 35 million euros all in? 35 million euros. Big fee for the player. And they're targeting Rodoni from Coventry as the replacement. So what do you make of that? I mean, what transfer fee would you be asking for Rodoni? Ben Twist, good to see you, mate. How you doing? Yeah, really, really good, mate. Really good. I was planning on doing the earlier under-21 game, actually, but I've been at parents' evening tonight. I had parents' evening at 5 o'clock, so couldn't do the early game. But we're here tonight for this one. Oh, France are in the white kit, so I need to change France's kit. Put France in white. It's a very, very strong French team. We'll go through the lineups again in just a moment. Uno memento. I know that's not French, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm coming from. You know what I'm getting at. Right, there you go. We'll have France in the white. And Portugal. There you go. Brilliant. Right. Let's go through. In fact, do you know what? There's quite a lot. Ekatike. Ekatike is on the bench. Now then. That's whet my appetite. That has whet my appetite. I didn't know that. No, he's not. Where's Ekatike? Ekatike's not on the bench. I've just seen Ekatike on the bench. He's not on the bench on Flash Scores. Oh, what's going on here? What is going on here? Is Ekatike on the bench or not? I'm gutted about this. I thought we might see Hugo Ekatike. But I'll tell you the player that is on the bench, a player that I've not stopped talking about pretty much all season, Tierno Barry of Villarreal. He's on the bench. We are underway here now. We are 12, 13. Right, we're all synced up. The clock is synced up for what is a big scouting mission. That is what these under-21 championship games are all about. It's a big scouting mission. So if you enjoy watching the next young crop of talent, the next young wonder kids coming through, you know, the young players who we'll be idolising in just a few years' time, the next Doué, wow, that keeper's small. I'm sorry. I didn't realise how small he was. You don't often see keepers who are that small. How small is he? How far away are they? I can't believe that. Was that a bad camera angle? It's not. It's Restes. Restes. Height. How tall is he? That's tall. That is tall. 1.88 metres in height and feet. What's that? He's nearly 6'2". The lad. That's just absolutely done me there. That's just done me. The keeper for France. I'm sorry. I don't know why. The keeper for France. He looked tiny. He literally looked, yeah, tiny. 1 second. Let me catch up with everything. Michael, evening, Kieran. Good to see you. How's everything going with you? John, wow, didn't know that. Yeah, Rodoni being targeted by Sunderland. Sunderland. Ronnie Dodge, it was a sitter, but a poor cross from Martinelli, to be honest. Cunha is a good player for where we are at the moment. Agreed. Yes, Ronnie. I would absolutely agree with that. Very, very good player, and I think he will improve Man United for show. Right. Come on. Portugal. Oh, I thought Portugal were very nearly in there then. Unlucky. Very unlucky. Quentin Merlan coming down the left-hand side. He's another one that's being targeted by a number of Premier League sides. Pure loyalist, reason for Leeds. I remember a fantastic player called Billy Bremner, giving my age away. Supported Rangers, 57 years though. All through good and bad times. I'm 63. Really? Okay. Yeah, Billy Bremner. I always remember Billy Bremner for Leeds. And he played in the great Leeds side with... now there you go. Now my brain is completely gone. I'm going to look ridiculous. Look absolutely ridiculous. Johnny Giles, wasn't it? Billy Bremner and Johnny Giles. Was it Johnny Giles? It was Johnny Giles. I'm sure it was Johnny Giles. Yes, it was Johnny Giles. Of course it was. Jamie, Key, in your opinion, which were the best football brothers to play? The best football brothers. Ooh, now then, the best football brothers. That's a great question, yeah. Best football brothers. I think the Nevilles were incredibly underrated. I think Phil Neville was a really talented brother. In fact, Roy Keane actually said that Phil Neville had more talent than Gary, but Gary was harder working and Phil kind of just not bummed around a little bit, but just didn't really apply himself as well as he could, maybe mentally as much as anything else. And Phil kind of ended up getting pushed around in different positions, didn't he? Like, he was good at right back, good at left back, good at centre back. He could play centre mid. He kind of got pushed everywhere, where Gary Neville was a right back and he was one of the best right backs we've ever seen. But hey, there you go. Best brothers. I would still say you got to look at the De Boer brothers. The De Boer brothers were great. The Laudrups were great. Michael and Brian. Yeah, obviously Joe, the Bellingham brothers. That's going to be one in years to come, isn't it? The way they're playing, you'd have to say the Bellingham brothers. Oh, that could be a pen. Is that a pen for Portugal? No, it's not. There's a claim for a pen there. I tell you what, if that's offside, then fine. But that looked like a pen. It's a long ball over the top here. No, that was a foul, but before it it was like he was like that. He was taking each other's shirts off. Who were taking each other's shirts off mid game. So yeah, I would probably say I'll stick with the Laudrups. I'll stick with the Laudrups because the Laudrups were sensational. They were really, really good. You're almost tempted to say, like, there's one, isn't there, where, or there's quite a few where you've got like Yaya and Kolo, for example. And Yaya was sensational. Kolo was, I just thought, just a good defender. You know, and you do have quite a lot of that, don't you? You have like one who's exceptional and one who's just all right, or one who's just good, like Gary and Phil, Yaya and Kolo. You could probably say that with Frank and Ronald de Boer, to be honest. Eden Hazard and Thorgan Hazard, that's another one. See if we can find any others, actually. Oh, here we go. Jurian and Quinton Timber, again. Yeah. Rio and Anton Ferdinand. Fabio and Raphael. Bobby and Jack Charlton, you got to think about them, of course you do. Filippo Inzaghi and Simone Inzaghi. Simone Inzaghi was never very good, not as a player really. He was okay, but not anything brilliant. Rafinha and Thiago Alcantara. Again, it's Thiago. Thiago's world class. Rafinha's just all right. I'm going to stick with the Laudrups. Oh, the Cannavaro brothers as well. Yes, the Cannavaro brothers, of course. How did I forget the Cannavaros? Another pair of very, very good defenders. Right, yeah, so long-winded answer. I would still say the Laudrups. There's not really anything going on in the first 7 minutes here. Ethan, there's something that should be said about Mateus Fernandes. Looks good in red. Yeah, hopefully he stays in red for your sakes. But he is a very good player, Mateus Fernandes. Reece, I think City have had an unbelievable transfer window, by the way, in this short window before the next one opens up. Yeah, they've got, is it Naipan today? They've just signed a younger Norwegian player. Again, expected to go out on loan, but another player whom lots is thought of. Ronnie, I do hope the jump 6 foot not being heightest. Restes is 6'2". Ollie, how come you've got a stream of the game? Where are you watching? You can watch it on Channel 4, Ollie. You can watch it on Channel 4. It's on 4 on demand. If you go on the app, you can see it on there. Kieran Baines, last time France under-21 played was against England under-21. Delap scoring, Hutchinson getting a red card. Philogene played too. Okay, yeah. I've not seen any of the under-21 teams much in the last few months. So this is the first real look at them. But there are some quality players on show for sure. I mean, We've already seen the likes of Quenda, Tell, Mateus Fernandes, of course, for Portugal, Tierno Barry on the bench. I think Restes is very, very highly thought of in goal, of course. That could be a free kick for France on the edge of the area. Nope, not going to get it. Emiliano Sané to Galatasaray. Now, that's another question. Sané to Galatasaray, 350k a week he's getting at Galatasaray, after tax, I think, as well. But he's on the equivalent of about 400. Oh, he's not after tax, that's a lie. He's on the equivalent of 350k a week in Turkey. And I think that's possibly what swung it for him. It's a 3 or a 4 year contract in Turkey on massive wages for a decent club, and it's in a country that is relatively westernised. So it's almost like Saudi light, isn't it? You're getting the cash without maybe having the not the brutal experience. I've never been to Saudi, so I don't know. But a lot of people will say that it's a big change, isn't it, coming from the West and going over to Saudi. A lot of people do end up, when they move to Saudi, a lot of the players actually who move to Saudi, they don't actually live in Saudi. They live in Bahrain and they drive across. That's what Steven Gerrard did when he was manager of Al Ettifaq. He lived in Bahrain, which is a lot more westernised, and they do allow. It's not a completely dry state and things like that. There's a little bit more regulation of the things that maybe we're used to in the West. It's a little bit more westernised in Bahrain. Again, this is my understanding from my father-in-law, who lives out there for most of the year. And they tend to commute across. There's a big bridge from Bahrain to Saudi, and that's often what happens. I can't remember how we got onto this. How did we get onto this? But yeah, Sané to Galatasaray. Leroy Sané to Galatasaray. I think he's trying to get the Saudi cha-ching without the Saudi lifestyle, maybe. Ronnie Dodge, did you see all the drama with the sporting director and Gyökeres saying they won't take the gentleman agreement? Yes, I did, yes. I don't know how that actually burst. Oh, nearly a goal there for France. Great opportunity down the right-hand side. I think it was Tell who put the cross in, but Abline just couldn't get in front of his man. Cleared away by Portugal. Much, much better start there from the French. Very, very sharp play. Goes out to Tell. He pulls it back across, and Abline just can't get a touch on it at the near post. But yeah, I think Gyökeres, he's desperate to go. He said he'll never play. He's now saying he'll never play for Sporting again, because I believe the move that he actually wants, which is apparently Barcelona or Arsenal, the move that he actually wants, Sporting are asking far too much cash for him. So this is almost a power play from his agent to try and encourage Sporting to come to the negotiation table and maybe negotiate a reduced fee to help him get the move that he wants. But obviously the agent's played the card all wrong, hasn't he? Because now the president of Sporting has been like, listen, there's no way you get it like that. You can't kick up a fuss, and because now we'll just dig our heels in. Now he can stay, as far as I'm concerned, he can stay. Ben, he'll improve United until something doesn't go for him and Cunha throws his toys out the pram. The great Don Revy side. Yes, for Leeds, of course. Reece, excited for the big fat summer transfer window show. Yeah, mate, I was looking on Friday. I was thinking about what we could do on Friday. Obviously, to keep going live. Want to try and get everything covered off. And it feels like we've not done a transfer show. So this is a good opportunity to maybe do a wrap-up of all the clubs that we are going to be watching next season, maybe the big clubs across Europe, the Championship sides, the Premier League sides. Not just do what's happened, but what is about to happen for each of those clubs. So we'll go live for a few hours on Friday, and we'll just talk general transfer news, transfer rumours. It'll be a good laugh. Yeah, so join. It won't be a watch along, but we'll do a transfer show. Ronnie Dodge, if he didn't get injured at the end of the season, I would have liked to see Lenny Yoro in this under-21 France team. I think Lenny Yoro's great, isn't he? Yeah, Lenny Yoro's really, really good. He would have been an asset to this French under-21 side. Chimey, Raphael and Fabio, yeah, of course. Maybe soon the Bellingham brothers, sells Emiliano. Michael, Coventry City bought Radoni from Huddersfield Town last summer for an undisclosed fee, but could sell him of upwards 20 million. I don't think that'd be good value for Sunderland. 35 for Bellingham, and you have to go and pay 20 for Radoni. I think you'd be better off going spending 10, 15 on another young player, or maybe even getting a player on loan. You know, look at Enciso, for example. If you went and got Enciso from Brighton on loan again, the same way Ipswich got him last season, I think Enciso's a better player than Radoni. No offence, John Marsden and the other the other Coventry fans we have regularly. I really, really do think that, that they'll be wasting money if they go and get Radoni and they pay 20 million plus. Quenda, Portugal are in, should be 1-0 maybe. Oh, it's a great bit of defending. No, it's not. Oh, has he kept it off the line? Oh, Portugal should be 1-0 up here. They really should be 1-0 up. It was great play by Quenda. It's whipped in again near post. France getting, it's all Keystone Cops defending at the back. But wonderful, inventive play by Quenda down the right-hand side. He slipped it in. I think it was actually Matheus Fernandes, was it? Great play by... Yeah, it was. It was Quenda down the the right-hand side. Fernandes gets into the box. Just misses it. He knocks it out to Roger Fernandes. And Roger Fernandes on the other side, the young Braga winger. It's good feet by Fernandes. A great block. Oh, it's a great block at the back. I think it's Decore who gets the block on him at the back. And then it's cleared off the line. It beats Restes, the shot from Fernandes, and it's cleared away on the line. Really good start to this game. Very, very lively from both sets of players. Ben, Jerome and Kevin Boateng. Yeah, sorry, I know I need to catch up. Daniel, hi Key, how's the family? Very, very good, mate. Yeah, she's out of hospital and she's recovering. Thank you very much. Liu Mia, prediction for this. Portugal are in again. It's cleared away. Good save by Restes. Prediction for this. I would go with... What is my prediction for this? I think France, based on what I've seen so far, I know Portugal have had the best chances, but France are controlling a lot of the game in the final third, and they're having more of the ball. Portugal are just hitting them on the counter. So I'm going to stick with France. Oh, what a fabulous ball in that was. Who put that ball in? Was that Merlin? The left back. Oh, what a fabulous ball in that was. From Quentin Merlin, the young left back from Marseille. He's been at Nantes, started his career at Nantes. He's gone to Marseille. Big move to Lom last summer. And he started playing unbelievably well at left back. That was an unbelievable ball in. Peak Andy Robertson there. Litigation, Worst brothers, Ferdinand brothers. Attitude sucked. Emiliano Sané now best player in the Super League if Osimhen does leave Galatasaray. Well, Osimhen is definitely linked heavily to quite a lot of them. Quite a lot of teams at the minute, including Liverpool, funnily enough. Ollie, Channel 47 on what? Is it free? Ollie, it's on Channel 47 on Sky. You can watch it on Channel 4. If you go on Channel 4, you download the app, you can watch it right now. That's where I'm watching it. Channel 4, go and download the app, and you can click live, and then Portugal, France, under 21. Daniel, who's up front for France? Up front for France is two Spurs players. Audebert on the left, Matthijs Tel on the right, and then through the middle it's Abline, Matthijs Abline, who you might remember if you watch any Ligue 1, you might remember from Rennes, now at Nantes. Litigation, Chuckle Brothers for a laugh. Barry and Paul, to me, to you. Emiliano, good example for good and bad brothers. At Man United, Rodney, Danny and Raymond Wallace brothers. Yeah, the Wallace brothers, of course. Brian and Mark Steen at Luton, Ron and Paul Futcher at Luton and Man City, Alan Clark, Leeds, Wayne at Wolves. Yeah, of course. Michael, have Liverpool signed Virch yet? Not as yet. No, they haven't, not yet. It's at least not officially, but it is all but done, Michael. Yeah. Michael, Kieran, did you cover the England match yesterday? As I couldn't find you on YouTube. No, Michael, I didn't cover the England match yesterday. My dear sweet wife was in hospital having surgery, so I didn't have any streams yesterday or the day before that. So I've had 2 days off, would you believe? This is the first time in months that I've not shown a game. We've not done a live watch along on this channel. So yeah, for 2 days I looked after my wife, took her to hospital, picked her up from hospital, stayed with her in hospital, and she's home resting, convalescing after surgery today. So I've been doing that for the last couple of days, and she's feeling well enough that I can come and watch a bit of football with you guys now. As I say, either that or she is just trying to get me out of the house so she can sneak off and go partying. And she's not actually that sick. Could well be that. I don't know. I doubt it. She did look quite sick. She's fine. She is fine, though. She's just sore, as I imagine you would be after surgery. Really, really good play this by France. Oh, that's horrendous. No, that's really poor. Should be 1-0 Portugal. Maybe. Could still be. Fernandes over the bar. Oh, that's so unlucky. Roger Fernandes on the left-hand side. I think he's got to do better, actually. But France. Oh, I don't know who this is who plays this back pass. Whoever it is. Ball comes back to Restes. Restes tries to pass the ball out. He plays a decent ball back, but I don't know what. It's Merlan. Who I've just been praising. Quentin Merlan, the left back. He gets it all wrong. And you know what? Not only that, when he does pass it back, he then stops. He has the temerity. He passes the ball back to his keeper and ends up passing it back to a Portugal player. It's like Steven Gerrard against Arsenal at Highbury, if you remember that one. Passes it straight back to a Portugal player who stood basically in the edge of the 6-yard box. And then he has the temerity to put his hand up and say offside. You played the ball back. How is it offside? How is it offside? Li Jumia, who will win? I think France under 21s. Kieran, what are you drinking? I am drinking. Sorry, I was watching Bobby's comment there. I am drinking Pepsi Max. Pepsi Max I'm on. I've been on water all day. I've got a rule now because I'm trying to lose weight. I've done all right. Like I say, I've lost nearly 5 stone since I started this whole regime. But I now only will drink fizzy pop if I'm watching a game. If I'm on a live, I'll drink fizzy pop. If not, I'm on water. So yeah, that's why there's literally like bottles of water scattered around me, which I really do need to tidy up after this live, to be honest. It's not a pigsty in here, don't get me wrong, but I've got a couple of bottles of water that I need to take down, and I've got fizzy pop next to me, some Pepsi Max. So that's me little limit. Bobby the Greek, cheers mate from across the pond, here to follow my Spurs boys playing for France. Tell and Audebert are electric. They are, yeah. Well, I mean, Audebert's had a decent... Well, it was Tell, actually. Tell's had a decent start to this one down the right-hand side. Audebert we've not seen too much of. Here he is now, though. Do you know what? I think I blamed Quentin Merlan for that back pass. I don't think it was Merlan. I think it was Lepenant. I think it was Johan Lepenant. Again, another Nantes player. It was his back pass. It wasn't Quentin Merlan. Quentin Merlan is here on the left-hand side. Here is Audebert. But yes, Bobby, good to have you. Another stateside follow. We've got quite a few Texans in. We've had quite a few from... where was it Mississippi? We had one from Mississippi as well. Quite a few Texans and Mississippians coming in. So good to have our friends from across the pond in the chat. Very good to have you, Bobby. Michael, is England taking part in this tournament? I believe they won this tournament 3 years ago with James Trafford in goal. England won it without conceding a goal. Yes, England are. England are playing Czech Republic. I think it's tomorrow, that one, actually. Are we live for that one, actually? We think we are. We're live tomorrow for that one. Czech Republic under-21s against England under-21s. We're live for 2 games tomorrow. I think what's the early game tomorrow? We've got 2. The early game is Ukraine against Denmark under-21s. 5 o'clock. I won't blame you if you skip that one. But again, we might be seeing the next Shevchenko. We might be seeing the next Shevchenko, the next Laudrup. We was on about the Laudrup brothers. You never know. There's some great players in their squads. Denmark under-21. squad. Let's have a look and see if there's any in there that we need to be keeping an eye on. Well, look, Oscar Højlund, the brother of Rasmus, is in the squad. Quenda, chance for Portugal, maybe. Oh, it's cleared away again. He's offside that time. Portugal are having all the chances here in the opening 25 minutes. Floridian here. Okay, nice. Well, one of my oldest friends lives in Florida. I'm not sure exactly which part. But yeah, one of my oldest friends. Known him since I was 4 years old. Moved over to Florida. Met a girl, moved to Florida. And lives over there now himself, so... I've got an extended invite, I think, if I go over there one day. I could go and swing by. Daniel Ezekatiki in the squad. It said he was in the squad, but he's not in the squad on Flash Scores, so I don't know. I really don't know. Let's have a look at... I just want to have a quick look at Ukraine squad, see if there's anyone in there that we might recognise. Some other players. Vladislav's one who we need to be watching. Ruslan as well, another player who's well thought of. Some decent players anyway. But yeah, the England under-21 squad has got a lot of very, very talented players. James Beadle from Brighton, Charlie Cresswell of Toulouse, Ronnie Edwards, Southampton. Ethan, I'm sure you'll know Ronnie Edwards. Elliot Anderson, Joe Bellingham, Harvey Elliott, Jack Hinselwood, Ethan Wanyuri, Alex Scott, Jay Stansfield of Birmingham as well. So we're going to be watching England under-21s tomorrow, Michael, at 8 p.m. that one. So we'll be live from 7. If you want to watch that one with us, come and check it out. Daniel Gyökeres's agent is close with Romano. You'll hear how unhappy he is when you start to hear Romano act as the mouthpiece. Mate, I am absolutely certain that this is just a power play from Gyökeres to try and get Sporting to lower the price, because the bottom line is every club that Gyökeres's agent is going to, and again you've got to remember that the job of an agent is there to try and secure the move that their client wants, right? And the move that Gyökeres wants is the one that would suit him best, at least in terms of profile, right? If he's leaving Sporting, his profile, he would be better off going to somewhere like a Barcelona or an Arsenal, or, somewhere where he's got an opportunity to blossom, right? He doesn't want to go, I don't think, to Saudi. He doesn't want to go, if I'm really honest, I don't think, to Manchester United. I think Manchester United is a last resort for him. He doesn't want to be leaving Sporting and going to a side who aren't in Europe. That's not the move that Viktor Gyökeres had in mind. I think he thinks of himself as, bearing in mind all the news and all the rumours we've heard about him asking for over £300,000 a week wages. I don't think he's that player. He's 26 years of age, and there has always been doubts about players' adaptability coming from the Portuguese league. Yes, he couldn't have done any more. He could not have done any more to have won over the critics. He got something like, 95 goals in 100 games at Sporting over the last couple of years. He's done brilliantly there. But I think there's still lingering doubts. You've got to ask yourself why, with a record like that, 95 goal contributions in 100 games or whatever it is over the last couple of years, why is it when Arsenal are looking for a striker, Liverpool are looking for a striker, Barcelona are looking for a striker, Chelsea are looking for a striker, there's all these teams, everyone seems big teams, who would, maybe pay big wages, big money. All of them looking for a centre-forward. And they're all prioritising other centre-forwards. You've got to ask yourself why. If it only happened with one or two teams, you'd probably look past it. But I think there's a reason why we're now seeing Manchester United being linked with Viktor Gyökeres. It's because there's not really anyone else coming in for him. There's not really anyone else at the top table of European football coming in and saying, Victor, you're our priority. I just can't see it. Can't see it. Daniel is Ekatiki in the squad. I still need to see if Ekatiki's in the squad. Italy have scored against Romania in the Under-21 Championships. Let's just see. Here's Tell. Oh, that could be a penalty, and it is a penalty. It was Tell down the right-hand side. It's going to be a foul. It's going to be a check, actually, whether or not this is in the area. Well, it's not Tell. It isn't Tell. It's definitely not Tell. It's Matthijs Abelijn, and it was a wonderful run, actually. Yeah, I think that's going to be outside the area, referee. I think that could be outside the area. He is running into the area, mind, but the foul is definitely outside. It's definitely outside. It was Rafa who fouled him. Rafa fouled him. Indomables en vivo. Yo, aposte a que ambos marcan. Both teams to score. Yes, I think they will. I think they will. I think this is outside the area, though. I think if there's going to be a VAR check on this. Litigation, my missus and Bird don't want you to turn into a skinny rig. They like you cute and cuddly. They are bonkers. Well, there's plenty of me to love right now. So, I'm sure there'll still be... I'm a married man. I very nearly said there'll be plenty still to go around. But no, I'm a married man. But thank you very much, Litigation. I appreciate the cute and cuddly. Monica. And I mean Monica as in nickname, not Monica, a lady's name. Right, Quentin Merlan is going to take a free kick. It isn't a penalty. The penalty has been VAR'd and it's been called as a free kick right on the edge of the penalty area. It was wonderful play, though, by Matthijs Abelijn on the right-hand side. Free kick here for France. Oh, that's shocking. That's really poor. Now Portugal on the counter-attack. That's so poor. Really poor. Oh my God, who was that? Who's got back there? The pace, the absolute pace on that. I need to know who that is. I need to know who that is. What number are they? What number are they? I really need to know the number of that player. Oh, it was Odeber. It was Odeber. Well, honestly, you've never ever seen pace like that. I have never seen pace like that. Sensational from Wilson Odeber. Unbelievable, that. Brilliant. And 31 minutes in, it's been a very, very good game. I've got to say, a really, really good game. Very good game. Mr. Clips. Sorry, Mr. Clips. I nearly just knocked my mic over. How to watch live. I don't know if you're in the UK. If you are in the UK, you can watch it on Channel 4 on the app on demand. That's how I'm watching it right now. If you download Channel 4, click live, and you can watch it for free. It's not pay-per-view or anything. It's on Channel 4, but it's only on the app. Apparently, if you have Sky TV in the UK, it's also on Channel 47. Someone told me. It's on Channel 47. But you have to watch it on, if you're using an app, then you can download Channel 4 and go on demand, click live, and you can watch it that way, which is what I'm doing. Portugal under-21, France under-21, some terrific players on display here. Been very, very impressed, I've got to say, with Matthijs Abelijn, who is... He's had a decent start to his career at Nantes. He got 11 goals in 34 games, which I know is pretty underwhelming, but I think his overall play in this game so far has been quite positive. Odeber and Tell have been quite good. I think Quentin Merlan's been very good. He's probably been my star player for France so far, Quentin Merlan on the left-hand side. Although bizarrely, we're saying that, I've just gone on to Flash Scores. Who is the lowest rated player on Flash Scores? On the entire pitch, the lowest rated player in this entire... In fact, all players, the lowest rated is Quentin Merlan, left back. So that to me tells me everything in terms of the eye test and these ratings that you see. These XG, expected goals, SOFA score rating, who scored rating. It's all nonsense. It's all absolute nonsense. I'm telling you, having watched this game, that Quentin Merlin has had a very good game. I don't know how they're calculated. I'm going to have to stop doing that because that's going to keep banging. So sorry, that'll stop now. I don't know how these scores are calculated, but I'll tell you something. Quentin Merlin has not been he's not been the worst player on the pitch. I would have argued he's been one of the better players. Finners, Matty, how's it going? Good to see you, Matty. Michael, Charlie Cresswell was at my club, Leeds United, and was in the squad when England won it 3 years ago, alongside the likes of Gibbs White, Anthony Gordon, Curtis Jones, and Harwood Bellis. Okay, Bobby the Greek, I'm excited to see how Frank utilises Odegaard with Spurs. I think, there's been quite a few people giving me... How do you feel about Bobby? This is an interesting one. How do you feel about the Ange Postecoglou situation? And again, admittedly, there's some Spurs fans who are really torn on whether or not it was the right decision. It feels like it's kind of maybe 60-40, maybe even 70-30 in favour of Ange. Quite a few wanted him to stay after he won the European trophy. But I'd be really interested to hear how you feel as a Spurs fan. What do you think about Ange leaving? Would you have kept him? Given how badly Spurs played domestically, does it matter at all that he won the European trophy? I mean, the fact that... I guess if he'd have finished like 7th or 8th and not won the Europa League, he probably would have kept his job. That's the mad thing, isn't it? That's the crazy thing. That's great play by Quenda. And again, Luke Keber. Do you know what? I might have to take my Quentin Merlin has been the best player on the pitch. Not for France. Luke Keber's been very good. Luke Keber has been very, very good. He's blocked quite a lot at the back for France. Quenda has been very exciting from a Chelsea perspective. Chelsea are overloaded with wingers, aren't they? Just overloaded with players generally. But Quenda I think he's a very exciting signing for Chelsea. 17 years of age, right winger. I still think Roger Fernandez over on that left wing is one to watch as well. He's at Braga at the minute. 19 years of age. He's been very, very quick in this game already. Here he is now, picking the ball up in good areas. But yeah, Luke Keber has been a sensational signing for RB Leipzig, and he's linked with Liverpool. Again, he's one of the players linked to replace Kanate, another ex-Leipzig player. Here's Quenda. Oh, he's fallen over his own feet there. Mateus Fernandes, and it's cleared away by France. Here's Merlin. Daniel, I think the price has always been 85 million, which has put potential suitors off Gyökeres. I thought it was closer to... Isn't there like a deal agreed, isn't it? Although saying that, isn't that what the sporting president is saying? I think the sporting president is saying there will be no gentleman's agreement if you're behaving like this. Like, I think the gentleman's agreement is that it's about 60-65 million quid you can go for. But if you're going to start being a bell, then we'll behave how we can behave, and we'll put the price up for everyone. So I don't think it's going to be a happy outcome there for Gyökeres. I think he might end up at Manchester United, which, no offence to Ronnie, nobody wants. Mr. Clips, what's your prediction? I have got both teams to score in this one. I have got both teams to score, but I think France have got the edge. Portugal have had all the best chances. But France have definitely got more of the ball, and they're having more of the ball in dangerous areas as well. They also could have had a penalty. But I mean, both teams could have scored. My prediction is France just to nick it. So maybe 1-0 or 2-1. Hopefully 2-1, and then it's both teams to score. Other goals tonight, there's still only Italy and Romania. Italy 1-0 up in that one. Willy Nonto is up front for Italy in that game. Leeds striker Willy Nonto. Quite a few Leeds fans who follow us quite regularly. John, what are you watching the game on, please? I'm watching it on Channel 4, mate. Channel 4, you can watch it, if you're in the UK, John, you can watch it on Sky Channel 47, I'm led to believe. Or you can watch it on 4 on demand, I think, well, the app, whatever Channel 4 app is, if you've got a smart TV. You can go on the app, you can go on live, and then you can watch it that way. That's how I'm watching it right now. We've got a player down for France here. Just while we've got this break in play, I will just say, again, a big thank you to Matchbingo for sponsoring the channel. If you haven't checked Matchbingo out, please do and go and do so. You can scan the QR code right now. If you deposit £5, you get £10 free. Combines all the excitement of football and bingo. And if you want to get your £10 free, go and scan the QR code, or you can click the link in my description. Really cool. Genius new app, if you like a bet. Michael, with Ange, the board looked at the Premier League record win and loss percentage, which wasn't good, 22 defeats, but they excelled in Europe. They could have built on it, but if Frank does any better, then it's the right call. It's very fair. It's very fair. Bobby, they should have kept Ange, just for the fact he won the Euro after 41 years. We came in 5th last year. This year, we were absolutely plagued with injuries and still won the Euros. The answer, again, this isn't really my perspective, I guess, but we had quite a few Australian fans in, Bobby. Quite a few people watch the channel from Down Under, and they know Ange quite intimately. Maybe not intimately, but maybe better than the average person does here in the UK. And having watched him, out in Australia and managing the national team and all that sort of thing, and their opinion is that this is synonymous with Ange Postecoglou teams, is that he runs them into the ground, they get repeated muscle injuries, they are very intense, very great to watch, but he requires a big squad. He requires players to be very robust at recovering from muscle strains and injuries and all that sort of thing. But it's really common with how he trains, how he plays, and the system that he uses, which requires a lot of high-intensity sprinting. And he's done it, again, how true this is, I don't know. This has come from the 2-3 different Australian fans we've had on the channel who've all said that Ange Postecoglou builds sides that get injured. So as much as we're saying, he was really unlucky to have, injuries, there is a potential argument, at least it's not my argument, but there is a potential argument that is caused by Ange himself. And it is true. I think that Spurs had an awful lot of injuries last season. Whether or not you can lay the blame of that at Ange's door, I don't know. But it's certainly one of the allegations that's been thrown at Ange Postecoglou. Johan Lepinant, has gone down here for France, as has Matthijs Tel. That'll be a worry for Spurs. He's gone down here. I think he's got the magic sponge on his leg right now. Michael, you can also watch it on YouTube, UEFA TV and YouTube, as the tournament is being shown on those platforms. I'm not sure you can watch this on YouTube, but maybe you're right. Junaid, why do you think it'll be both teams to score? I've got an all-in over 1.5 goals, and the match has been a snooze fest till now. Heck, even Italy scored. Should I cash? Snooze fest. I don't think this match has been a snooze fest. We've had one off the line. We've had a potential penalty check. We've had a decent save. I think for the first half, it's not been too bad on chances. I think you're probably right that it's been... But, mate, honestly, We've got a bit of a reputation on this channel, or I've got a bit of a reputation on this channel for saying cash out, and then it actually happens what they wanted. We've watched a lot of games where it's been 0-0 and dreadful. In fact, perfect example. We watched the Icelandic League the other week, right? Just because it was on, we had quite a lot of people who watched us after the Oldham v Southend game, and they all said, stay on. There's a game in the Icelandic League kicking off in an hour. Stay on for that and live stream the Icelandic League. And we did it, and it was one of the worst halves of football I have ever seen. I'm talking Sunday League level. It was dreadful. It was 0-0 at half-time. I think it was 2-1 or 2-2 by the 55th minute. They just came out second half, and it was goal, goal, goal. It might be exactly the same here, mate. So if you've put over 1.5, I think there's merit to stick with that. That would be my take. By all means, do what you think's right, but my personal feeling on this thus far is that there's more than one goal in this, and there is goals in this. I'd be astonished if this finishes 0-0. Daniel, do you think Alexandra Pato was better than Neymar? No, I don't think Pato was better than Neymar. I think Neymar was still a good player. I just don't think he was generational as many people claim him to be. Like, for me, I think Neymar's... I think I could name 2 or 3 dozen Premier League strikers I would rather have than Neymar. Put it that way. Like, Andy Cole, I would rather have than Neymar. I would rather have... I know it's different players and, left wing. I'd rather have David Ginola. Prime David Ginola was better than Neymar for me. Top player. Litigation, Junaid, stick with it, bro. It's 2 times odds right now. Bobby the Greek, I agree. His play style is hard on our players, but amazing to watch. It is, yeah. Very good. High intensity. Lots of high intensity sprints. But it does kill the players, doesn't it? Junaid, every tipster is like over 2.5 goals in those matches. What do you mean for Iceland or for these? In the Icelandic game, honestly, it was, mate, 0-0 at half-time and one of... Like, I've watched a lot of football, even just doing this channel, lots and lots of football, at least 1, if not 2, 3, sometimes 4 games every single day for months on this channel. That's what we do. We do live watch-alongs from all over the world, and that is one of the lowest standards of football I've seen. The first half of Valur against Fram in the Icelandic League. Unreal. Oh, this game, sorry. This game, over 2.5 in this. No, I wouldn't have gone over 2.5 in this. The teams are too close to each other. Like, the standard's too good. They don't give away goals all that easily. Like, I think there could be, don't get me wrong, I'd probably go over 1.5 or over 2.5 in the Ukraine-Denmark game tomorrow. Ukraine and Denmark game tomorrow is a lot of players from the Ukrainian and Russian leagues versus a lot of the young players from the Danish and Swedish leagues. So, again, both leagues that have quite a lot of goals in them. Defensively, not all that sound. So, I'd go quite big on the Ukraine v Denmark game tomorrow that we're doing at 5 o'clock. This one I probably would have always gone under 3.5. I mean, easy to say that now, isn't it? At half-time, 0-0. Especially after we watched Slovakia 2, Spain 3. Spain scoring in the 90th minute to win that one. You do tend to get high-scoring games in the Under-21s Championship. France are... we've got 3 minutes of added on time here. It's a minute and a half, 2 minutes in. Very near to the full-time whistle. It's going to be a corner to France. And it's a penalty to Romania as well in the Italy under-21 game against Romania under-21. Penalty to the Romanians. Real lover, who is win? Nobody just yet. It's 0-0. But if I had to guess, I'd still say France under-21s. Litigation, you're still in the game though, Junaid. Good luck, bro. 45 minutes is still a long time. The game can turn quickly. Cash out if 1 goal scored if you want. Junaid, my bet has become 1-3 right now, and I am sweating. How much do you have on it, out of interest? Oh, this is really, really good. And it's half-time. No, it's half-time. There you go. Half time in this one. Portugal under 21s 0, France under 21s 0. We had a penalty which got VAR checked and it was then said to be outside of the box. France wasted it. France have wasted a couple of very good opportunities, to be honest, on the counter. Portugal have definitely been the better side, at least in terms of a counter-attacking. They've created the most chances. Portugal have had maybe 2, 3, maybe even 4 clear chances. And if not for a couple of really good blocks from Lukeba, clearing one off the line as well, and a couple of decent saves from Restes as well, Portugal would already be one up. France have controlled a lot of the ball, I would say. They've had the ball in decent areas as well. Let me just look at the percentages of possession. I mean, according to this, expected goals, Portugal 1.09, France 0.1. That feels... I don't know, that doesn't feel accurate to me. Ball possession, 52% Portugal, 48% France. Total shots, 9 for Portugal, 2 on target. 3 shots for France, none on target. 1 big chance. And we've only had 1 corner kick in the game so far. Again, I wouldn't say it's a snooze fest. Someone said $290, Junaid. $290, Jesus. Sweet Lord. We got a high roller here. Well, good luck with it, mate. Good luck with it. That's well over my... That's more than my marriage is worth, putting that sort of money on. But good luck to you, mate. I really am rooting for you. Litigation, Junaid, you'll be okay, I hope. Me too. Junaid, weren't these teams known to score over 2 goals within the first half? Well, if we look, let's have a look. Let's have a look at the last games. Wow. I mean, if we just look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So of Portugal under 21's last 8 games, 6 of them have been both teams to score. And of those 8 games, there has been 36 goals. 36 goals in 8 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 9. Sorry, 36 in 9. 36 in 9 games they've had in just Portugal's last 9 games. And 7 of them have been both teams to score. So you would imagine Portugal high scoring. France, I mean, not that long ago, France in March played England under 21s and it finished 5-3 to France. They beat Slovakia 4-0. They beat Uzbekistan 2-1. It was 2-2 France under 21s, Germany under 21s. 2-2 Italy under 21s, France under 21s. So yeah, I mean, like this is unprecedented. What you're seeing here, mate, what you're seeing is that these two both score and concede quite a bit. So yeah, in all honesty, the form is with you. That's why I'm saying I think you should probably stick with it, because the second half, these will come out and score. I would almost guarantee at least there's 1 goal in this game. And maybe if you get 1 goal early, you might get a decent cash out. So, if it was me, again, it's your money, your thing, do as you wish. But if it was me, I would stick. I would stick with it. And seriously, good luck with it, mate. I really do hope it comes through for you. Keep us updated. I mean, we'll know because we're watching it, but you know what I mean? Keep us updated on what you decide to do. Right. What else do we need to be talking about? We're next for Ange Postecoglou, by the way. Where do we think Ange Postecoglou could or will go next? It seems that he's got a decent reputation now at Spurs, hasn't he? Plays good football. Some might say he runs players into the ground. Would you take Ange at your club if you're a Premier League fan? How long would you, who would you be happy with Ange? Junaid, how long should I stick to it if I were to never bet on under 21 games? I'd probably give it, if you were to give it until, say, the hour mark, maybe 65 minutes, right? I'd give it 20 minutes after half time and see what's happened, because it could be 1-1, it could be 2-1 by then. You never know, but I would certainly give it 20 minutes or so, and then worst case scenario, you could probably cash it for. I mean, I would imagine you cash out at 65 minutes is maybe 40 quid. It's not going to be much. $40, it ain't going to be much, but you'll at least get something back. And I would rather see it out and stick it out. But again, good luck to you. Whatever you decide to do, it's not my decision. To each their own, man. As a general rule, I'm cautious. I tend to say, don't go with it. Don't go with it. Leave it. Honestly, that was shocking from Lepenant. He had an absolute... I mean, he did put his hands up. He did put his hands up and apologise. But that was unforgivable from the midfielder there. He passed it straight back to the Portugal attacker, and then had the cheek to put his hand up for offside, and he didn't even run back. I feel like if you make a mistake, you've got to chase back. You've got to chase back, and you've got to try and put it right. He didn't even do that. And then when they finally got it cleared away, his teammates, he put his hand in the air as if to claim for offside. Edward, how's it going? Good to see you, Edward. Are you still banned on TikTok? I'm suspended. Yeah, I'm suspended on TikTok for a little bit. For another 2 days. 2 more days on TikTok. Suspension. And then once I get it back, I'm probably going to be shadow banned for 2 weeks on it, which means there'll be barely anyone on the lives on TikTok. But as you say, we do get quite a lot usually. Usually we get sometimes 1,000, sometimes 1,500, 2,000 people in there. We do all right on TikTok. It gets very, very busy on there. But I got suspended for absolutely nothing. Yeah. Crazy. Edward, mind how I said it's been a blast Twitter. Well, I just need some time away from the app. It's too toxic. Well, yeah, wait, listen, mate. Whatever you need to do for your own peace of mind, mate. It's not worth being somewhere that makes you feel crappy. Life's for living. Do what makes you happy. Life's short and all that. So yeah, if you're feeling funky off being on Twitter or whatever, just bin it off. It's not worth it. It's an app. It's not real. That's the old Dave Chappelle joke, isn't it? Dave Chappelle said that. People insulting you on Twitter or whatever, don't even worry, it's not even a real place. Edward, is the Wirtz rumours true? What rumours that he signed? Yeah, I mean, mate, it's done. The Wirtz rumours it's done. It is done. It's just not officially signed, sealed, delivered, and box ticked. It is done though. As is Kirkes. Junaid, stats say these teams are good in scoring. Yep, they're also good at conceding, Junaid. They're not just good at scoring, they concede a lot. So as I say, Portugal's last 9 games have had 36 goals, which, I mean, do the maths. That's like, it's quite a bit. Litigation, I've stuck in a game until the 95th minute and still won when all hope was seemingly gone. Stick with it, Junaid. I know, but sometimes just for your own sanity, I mean, to be honest, for your own sanity, don't bet, full stop. I don't like it. I don't like betting on games like this when I don't really know an awful lot about it, and it just feels like a flick of a dice. These Umia, they will score in the second half. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. I know France will. Are you a France supporter? I I do think that France are the team that, even though they've not had as much possession, they've not had a shot on target, I think they've controlled the ball in areas that make me feel like they're going to cause Portugal more issues in the second half. Whereas it feels like Portugal have got the better of France on the counter, mainly through France's errors, their own errors. Lepenant's not been very impressive in the midfield for France. I think Lukaba's had a good game, but the defence for France has had to dig the midfield out of it a little bit. Right. Leads you, I've watched the games before. Okay, cool. That's good. Well, listen, I will just say this as well while we've got a break in play. Shameless self-promotion. If you haven't yet, please like the video. Please click like. Doesn't do an awful lot for you. It takes you 2 seconds. Massively helps me. Doesn't cost you anything. Massively helps me. If you can, please give the video a like. If you can even if you can subscribe, that's even better. Again, we watch all football from all over the world. We're doing all the Club World Cup games. We're doing most of the Under-21 championships, to be honest. We're going to be doing a lot of them. So if you want to watch along with us, if you like these watch-alongs, if you like talking about football, that's all we do. We talk football. We talk football. We talk life. We talk betting, whether or not it's worth sticking with it or not. If that's your thing, if you like that sort of thing and you like watching obscure games that don't tend to get much coverage on YouTube, stick with us. Subscribe. Again, I don't expect you to be in every single one. But yeah, maybe you'll find a little community here where we all have a chat and we all have a natter about footy. Edward, how did the wife's surgery go, mate? Hope all went well. Yes, it's all fine, mate. Thank you. All fine, Edward. She's resting up today. What else do we need to be talking about today? Joe Bellingham. So Joe Bellingham, we talked about him and potentially his replacement at Sunderland being maybe Radoni from Coventry. And depending on if you're a Coventry fan or not, that's great news potentially for Sunderland, because he was a very talented player in the Championship last season, Radoni. Also Jack Grealish as well. Jack Grealish, another one to talk about. Where do we think Jack Grealish ends up? He's been ruled out or left out of the Manchester City squad for the Club World Cup. He has ambitions to get back in the England squad for the World Cup. What do we think Jack Grealish does this summer? He's basically been told, hasn't he, by Pep that he's done. He's not got a future at the club. So this is a player that was paid they signed him for £100 million not that long ago. Still in his 20s. Does he have a future for England? Could he get back in the England setup? Feels like, this is a player, he won the treble with Manchester City and played a very big part in it. So I know there's been a bit of a drop-off with Jack Grealish, but I don't think it's been so bad that he couldn't go and secure a really good move somewhere else. I'm surprised to see the likes of Everton being linked with him. Everton. Again, no slight to Everton. Everton's a very big club, but I would have thought that he would be around one of those teams that are maybe competing for European football. Maybe not a Brighton, Matoma and all them in there. They tend to go for a different profile of player, Brighton, don't they? But maybe a Forest. Maybe Forest would be a good shout for him. Maybe Palace. If Eze goes, Eze leaves, Grealish comes in. Does that make sense? Good player. The same sort of player as well. Very creative, can operate in that final third, in between the lines. Good player. Edward, how well do you think Russell Martin will do at Rangers? To be confirmed, I guess. To be decided. I really like the interview that he gave, Russell Martin. I'm sceptical. I think the job's too big for him. And then I see the interview that he did, and I thought he handled the interview really, really well. I think he gave some really impressive answers, actually. And he kind of put me back in my box and made me think and go, okay, maybe you could be all right up at Rangers, actually. You could do all right. So I'm kind of watching him and waiting and seeing. Second half is about to kick off. Yes, Junaid, yeah, we're ready to go on that one. Trent will wear the number 12 shirt at Real Madrid, by the way. Number 5 for number 13, it's Rafa Rodriguez, the centre-back for Portugal, coming off. And Flavio Nazinho is coming on. Edward Sané going to Galatasaray. Yeah, we've done that one. Yeah, Daniel, what's happening for Father's Day? What do you mean what's happening for Father's Day? I guess we should do something, shouldn't we, given it's Premier League dad? I think I've got something from my little girl, or rather my wife, on behalf of my little girl. But we are live this Sunday. What date is this Sunday? Is it 15th, isn't it? 15th. So 15th, we're watching the Club World Cup. We've got 2 Club World Cup games. We've got Bayern Munich against Auckland City, and then we've got PSG against Atletico Madrid in the Club World Cup. The Club World Cup's big kickoff. So yeah, so we're going to be doing that. Edward, his win rate is atrocious. I don't know if it's atrocious. The thing is, he's been at clubs where he's not been expected to win as much. I'm sure his win rate at Rangers will be better, given where Rangers are. Edward, Matchbingo still going to be here in the new season? Yes, yeah, well, potentially. I mean, they're here for at least a month or 2 now, so they're still going to be here for a little bit. And maybe into the new season. I guess it remains to be seen. We've got to see how we get on over the next couple of months. I've got to do my part of the bargaining and keep doing these lives, keep showing up, keep reaching new people. If the channel keeps growing and we keep getting the subscribers, we're very close to 5,100. So yeah, if we can do that, then great, fantastic. Really looking forward to it, and I'm sure they'll keep working with us because we're finding them a new audience and people are enjoying it as well. And I'm not just saying that. Oh yeah, you're bound to say that because you're being sponsored by them. I'm serious. I've had a lot of people seriously telling me that they've actually quite enjoyed the Matchbingo thing. It's been quite a different thing they'd not even heard of, and it's growing really, really quickly. As I say, there's like 10,000 plus UK players. It's growing massively quick. So I know that sounds really salesy. I'm not trying to be really salesy, but I don't know how I can say it without not coming across salesy. Genuinely, it is a bit innovative and a bit different. So if you want to try something new, go and check it out. It's very different to your traditional football betting, but it's you can win a decent bit of cash on it. Daniel, if Scott Carson was to start at his new club, what level would he be playing at? I think Scott Carson's done really as a professional. I don't think he goes and plays and starts regularly for anyone. You're probably talking National League level. He's not a Championship keeper. He's not maybe League 2. He could go to League 2. Here's France. Oh, just wide from I think it was a blind again. Really unlucky that from France. Good play down the right hand side. No, it wasn't a blind. Who was it? It was number 10. Who's number 10 for France? Who have I missed? Oh, it's Audebert. Honestly, how do I keep forgetting Audebert? Headed over, France, chance! Oh, just over the bar. Chance for France. Samuel Suarez came charging out of his goal there, got nowhere near it. Daniel, what do you think of Franco Mastantuono? Have you seen him play? What players will leave Real Madrid to make way? Yes, I have seen Franco Mastantuono play quite a lot, actually, yeah. He's a very, very good player. I don't know if has he officially signed for Madrid yet? I know there's been a here we go, but I don't think he's officially signed because there's still an agreement to be done over whether or not he plays for River Plate in the Club World Cup. He is a very talented young player, yes. Now, we've seen a lot of talented young players come out of South America. And, sometimes they're not always the players we think they are or the players we think they could be. Kendry Paez coming from Chelsea. Who knows what's going to happen with him? Who knows what's going to happen with Estevao? There's a lot of players, I think, who we're going to be surprised by, who all had big potential, and sometimes they get built up a lot, don't they? So we'll see. But what players will leave Real Madrid to make way? Rodrigo seems to be the one, isn't it, Daniel? I think Rodrigo seems to be the one. Rodrigo will go maybe to Arsenal. He's the one doing the rounds. And then Franco Mastantuono comes in and maybe starts playing off that left-hand side, maybe more as a number 10. It's a slightly different player, isn't it, that Xabi Alonso wants. He wants a player that kind of starts on the right and drifts in. He prefers a Cole Palmer to a Bukayo Saka, for example. I think he prefers a player that doesn't hug the touchline, but can cut in when they need to, but is more of a number 10 than more of an orthodox winger. So, Junaid, I still remember a Galatasaray match where they were tied until the 90th minute and scored to win. I think the same happened with Spain under-21s today. Yes, Junaid, it did, yeah. Spain under-21s were 2-0 up, actually. They were 2-0 up against Slovakia. Slovakia brought it back to 2-2, and then Spain scored in the 90th minute to win it. Edward, love your post with the dog. Yeah. Imagine Ange for new Brentford manager. I think the new Brentford manager is apparently between two. Kieran McKenna of Ipswich and Scott Parker of Burnley. A manager that's just gone down and a manager that's just come up. This is brilliant play down the left-hand side. I think it's Fernandes. Great ball in. Portugal cleared away by Lukeba. It's getting very, very... It's going to be a foul, surely. It is a foul. It is a foul on Roger Fernandes. He was brilliant down that left-hand side. Junaid, what's that? Sorry, these are very less shots on target. Mate, you don't need to worry about the shots on target. You're only worried about the goals. There can be goals without a shot on target. Give it time. I promise you, there will be a goal in this game. That might be the kiss of death, but I think there will be a goal in this game. I just hope it's soon for your sake. Edward, where do you see Ange going, Key? What club or country? I think he gets another job in England. Yeah, I think he gets another job in England. I think Ange might surprise a few. And I think he might end up maybe going to maybe not a top team, but it wouldn't surprise me if someone like Newcastle took a look at Ange. Because I'll be honest, there's a big part of me that thinks that Tuchel's going to get sacked as England manager if he carries on playing the way they are. And if that is what happens, then I think Eddie Howe will be number one favourite for the job. Whether or not he'd take it, I don't know, but I think Eddie Howe would be favourite. And then I think Ange, he could be tempted by Newcastle. They like that style of football up there. Edward, I think he'd do well at Leeds. I think he's better than Leeds. I don't think he's that sort of a manager. I know he's just had a team down the foot of the table, but I think he's better than Leeds. I think he could be tempted by Palace, maybe, if Glasner left. Excuse me. Or even Bournemouth if Areola left. Daniel, what is your favourite World Cup? Favourite World Cup is 2002. South Korea, Japan. Great World Cup. Daniel, will Franco be better than Neymar? You like this Neymar yardstick, don't you? I don't know, mate. I really don't know. It's always too early to tell, isn't it, with players like this? Franco Mastantuono's got a lot of ability, but he's only played in the Argentina league and you know, a little bit here and there in the under-21s and stuff. He's a talented player, and I just don't think you can say hand on heart he's going to be like absolutely fantastic. Edward, Ange, in my opinion, was top 3 managers in the Premier League this season, just gone as how good tactically he is and how smart he is and how successful he is as well. Do you agree? I wouldn't say he was top 3 managers in the Prem, no. No, I wouldn't say he was top 3. He was a good manager, though, and he is a good manager, and I'm sure he'll get a good job elsewhere. And I do think Spurs, or Daniel Levy rather, not Spurs, because I think the Spurs fans wanted to keep him, but I do think Daniel Levy was wrong to sack him. And he'll learn. He gonna learn. He gonna learn, boy. It's a long ball here from the keeper. Suarez locks it long up the pitch. Good. Oh no, it's gone behind for a. No, they've kept it in. Right, France carrying it forward here. Into the box. Must have a shot. Must have a shot. Hit it! Oh, just wide. Just wide. Good play there. Better from France. Much, much better. And that was Decore getting into the box. Ismail Decore from Strasbourg getting into the box. Did very well there. Really, really unlucky. Oh, this is great play by France. Over to the far side. And really, really good play by Roger Fernandez. Again, I keep banging the drum with Roger Fernandez. He's an incredibly talented player. Every time I've seen him on the ball, off the ball, he's working really hard, tireless. He's got a good, good cross on him as well. Like he's not just making a nuisance of himself in the final third. He's actually able to make it count in the final third. It reminds me a little bit of Doku in that sense, in terms of how quick he is, how nippy he is getting away from defenders. He's got that little drop of a shoulder. He can beat a fullback, and he does deliver when he gets to the touchline. Good defending again. Lukaba's, he's had a great game. He's had a fabulous game. Man of the match, Lukaba, so far. Chico Lamber's been alright as well for Portugal. Junaid, bruv, I really don't know now. Mate, I know. Like I said, look, you've made the decision. You might as well stick with it. That would be my attitude. Oh, chance, France. How's he missed it? Oh, he was offside. Matthijs Sablin. But I tell you what, that's an absolute sitter, that. Ball got played across the face of goal, and it was an absolute sitter from Matthijs Sablin. Thankfully for himself, he was offside. Edward, is Ange better than Arteta? No, he's not better than Arteta. Daniel, the World Cup stadiums in Korea still look modern by today's standard. I know, yeah, they were fantastic. My sister-in-law went out to Korea not that long ago, and it's she saw quite a few of the stadiums. I mean, there was wasn't the one that floated on water. They had to kind of, not if they floated it into the stadium, it actually moved. Unreal. Junaid, how come they haven't even scored one? We'll wait 10 minutes more. Okay. Well, yeah, I would see. Still time. It's going to be a free kick here to Portugal, and a yellow card, I think, is coming out for Decore, the midfielder. Edward, where do you think Wirtz is going to play? As I don't think he will drop Sobo or Maka or Grav. He'll play off the left, mate. He's going to play where Diaz plays. I think Diaz goes, Wirtz plays there. Or Wirtz plays at the tip. It gives him an option, doesn't it, to play either Wirtz or Szoboszlai. Or he could drop Szoboszlai deeper and play Szoboszlai and Gravenberch, or Szoboszlai and McAllister with Wirtz in the 10. And Diaz on the left, or Gakpo on the left. It gives him options, doesn't it? Edward, Chelsea shouldn't have pulled out of AC Milan keeper deal. That was bad. Why was it bad? I don't think Manjan's that good. They wanted 30 million quid for him. Chelsea only valued him at 10. Junaid, both teams to score is 4 times odds now. Still time, still early yet. James Greer, what do you think of Russell Martin? I think it was a cheap option. Yeah, I mean, you could say that it was a cheap option. Chance must be. Oh, inches in it. Absolute inches in it from Portugal. Mateus Fernandes there. He was onside. The ball got cleared away after a free kick. And it was a wonderful shot from the edge of the area. Little deflection. It goes wide. Really unlucky that from Portugal. Still 0-0 in this one. Javier Valente Gonzalez. Who do you think score? I still think both can score. Roger Fernandes is coming off here. That's an odd move. And Rodrigo Gomez is coming on, a midfielder. Who else is coming on here? Quenda is coming off. And Forbes who plays for Wolves, formerly of, I think, Manchester City and Ajax. So Forbes has come on. Carlos Forbes and Gomez have come on for the two wingers for Portugal, who have caused a lot of trouble, I've got to say. Quenda and Roger Fernandes, that'll be pleasing for France. France will be very happy with that. Just coming back to your question, sorry James, what do you think of Russell Martin? I think it was a cheap option. I think Russell Martin, I've said it a few times now, I'm probably repeating myself, but I didn't think Russell Martin was a smart choice from Rangers. But I was very impressed by how he handled himself in the press conference. So I'm now kind of watching with I guess bated breath. I'm watching, thinking to myself, okay, you've kind of proved me wrong a little bit there. I'm intrigued enough now to keep an eye on how you do, because I honestly thought, like you, it was a cheap option. It was too big of a job for him. And I was surprised that Rangers went with him. I was really surprised, actually. So, maybe you're right. Maybe it is the cheap option. But he really, really wants it, doesn't he? Like, you will not find a manager more eager to make this work than Russell Martin. It's going to be a corner here to France. Only the second corner of the game. Daniel, will you do a Love Island watch-along? No. I will not be doing a Love Island watch-along. I can assure you right now, I will only be doing watch-alongs of football matches on this channel. Here he is, my player, Tierno Barry. This is the one I've been waiting for. Tierno Barry on for Matthijs Abelijn. Abelijn's had a very good game. He has done all right in this one. But the big man's on now. The big man, Tierno Barry, Villarreal. He's been on fire this season. He's been linked with a lot of moves to the Premier League as well. Everton have taken a look at him. Apparently Brentford and West Ham have taken a look at him as well. Tierno Barry of Villarreal. Exceptional player. And here's Forbes coming forward now for Portugal with bags of pace. Pace to burn. They can't keep him. That's really good defending though again. Really good defending from that man Decore in the middle. Edward, Kieran, start, bench, sell, Alisson, Casillas, check. Start Alisson, bench, check, sell Casillas. That's not even hard, that one. Daniel, what do you think of Pep Lijnders to Man City? It doesn't bother me. He's an assistant manager. That's what he does. He's Tierno Barry. That's going to be a foul. That's exactly what I was talking about. Look at that. The first thing he does, picks the ball up and just knocks it past the fullback. And he's massive. Absolutely huge. Gets in front of the fullback. Dragged down. Fabulous piece of play by Tierno Barry. This is going to be a free kick into the area for France. Wonderful play there by the big man. But yeah, Daniel, coming back to your question. Pep Lijnders, he's an assistant manager. That's what he does. That's his job. He's been the assistant manager of Klopp for a very, very long time. I think he was 9 years he was at Liverpool. Once you leave and you establish that you can't become a manager, he's not a very good manager. He's established that, I would hope, by now, because he's had 2 or 3 goals at it and he hasn't been very good anywhere. And he maybe prefers being a number 2. Maybe he's better being the second voice, you know, the other voice in the changing room that the players can listen to. Maybe he likes that and he excels at that. Evidently he did. And if you have got a job with Jurgen Klopp and you've done well, then the next best one you can get is with Pep Guardiola, isn't it? So, yeah, he was an assistant manager available. Liverpool didn't have an assistant manager job for him. The best one he's got in world football is Pep Guardiola. Go and take it. He doesn't owe us anything. He's not a scouser. He doesn't owe anything to Liverpool. No problem with it at all. Great ball in by Forbes. Oh, that's shocking. Shocking at the far post by Gomez. Should do better. Really should do better. Daniel, what players have you watched play for an under-21s team tear up the professional game? Doué. Yeah, Doué was one just a few years ago. In fact, do you know what? There's been a lot. There's been a lot over the years. I think didn't Kirkes have a decent game? I always remember them signing from Bournemouth, signing him and thinking, I'm sure we saw him in the under-21s a few years ago. Or it might have been the under-20s, that actually. I watched the under-21s and the under-20s. Oh, here we go. They're in again here, France. Oh, unlucky. Really unlucky. Excuse me. But yeah, you do tend to get some I guess misnomers in these games as well, mate. You always get some who you look at and you think, I'm not sure you could ever kick on. I mean, like Ryan Brewster for Liverpool is always the one that's cited. Ryan Brewster didn't he win the Golden Ball, and he was, unbelievable, and it just never ever kicked on. He's now kind of languishing at Sheffield United. Just never quite worked out for him. Patrick Cutrone as well. Patrick Cutrone for Italy, he was seen as like this next big thing, like an Inzaghi almost. Went to Wolves and it all fell apart. France are in, must be. Oh, it's a great save. Great save by Suarez. So yeah, there's been a lot of young players who've excelled at the tournament, and a lot of young players who've excelled and not done well at club level thereafter. Junaid, 15 minutes left, I don't know. You got 25 left. You got 25, you got time. There you go, litigation. I've just backed over 1.5 as the price is right now. There you go. Substub, yo, why you not been on for a couple of days, bro? My wife's been in hospital, Substub. I'd said quite a few times on the last few streams that she was going in for surgery, so I was always going to have a couple of days off to look after her and make sure she was all right. So she's been in hospital after surgery for the last couple of days, and she's home now, convalescing. Daniel, what do you think of the Senegal staff calling out Carragher? The Senegal staff calling out Carragher? I don't know anything about it. What have they said? This one's for Carragher. Diouf mocks Liverpool icon. The ex-Senegal staff, ex-Senegal star. Oh, it's not the staff. It's just Diouf, isn't it? It's just El Hadj Diouf. Yeah, we all know what El Hadj Diouf's like. El Hadj Diouf's a guy who spits at players and spits at fans. Like, this is the sort of player you're listening to. So his opinion doesn't really mean an awful lot. Because he did it, I mean, dozens of times in his career, didn't he? El Hadj Diouf. Vile. Now, to be fair, Jamie Carragher's battered a fan, didn't he? So, albeit the fan was in his face mocking him at the time, but irrespective of that, Jamie Carragher isn't the one throwing shade. El Hadj Diouf is. And El Hadj Diouf is, it's not... what did Neil Warnock call him? Lower than a sewer rat. Lower than a sewer rat, he called him. And I think that was about right. Litigation. Personally, mate, I would stick, but cash out if either team score early enough for you to break even. Otherwise, hold on. Football is unpredictable, to be honest. International football especially, isn't it? You would never have said this was going to be 0-0. Ever. Junaid, I'm shouting for you. We're all rooting for you, mate. We are all rooting for you. It's still 1-0 in Italy. Italy v Romania. It's a penalty to Poland in the Poland under-21, Georgia under-21 game. Sorry, it's 1-0 to Georgia, and there's just been a penalty for Poland given, which I think they're just about to step up. Substob, I thought as much. Hope she's okay though. Yeah, she's fine, mate. She's fine now. Thank you though. Really appreciate you you asking and saying so. Yeah, no, she's fine. She's okay. Just sore. Well enough, as I've said a few times on the live, well enough that she's happy for me to come and watch a bit of football tonight with you guys. But yeah, I don't know if that was just an excuse to get me out of the house. Right, here we go. Portugal with a free kick attempt to knock it into the box here. Not really good enough. Oh, unlucky. Swung back in, keeper claims it. Too easy. Right, Poland have scored. So Poland under 21 won, Georgia won. It's even Poland and Georgia under 21s have scored, both teams to score. It's mad, isn't it? Daniel, it seems the under 21 level has dropped and maybe football in general has dropped. I think I watched peak under 21s football in 2010 with Spain versus Germany. Those midfields were insane. I don't know if under 21s level has dropped. I'd maybe say that football's level has, well then yeah, in theory then both have, haven't they? I think football's level has dropped. But I think that's because you just don't get as many kids nowadays playing footy out on the street all day. Like, I think that generation is almost gone. It's gone. Like, we literally used to play football all day, every day in the 6-week holidays. And we'd play all day, every day on a weekend. We didn't stop. And then we'd come home from school, we'd have our tea. Or rather, we'd come home from school, we'd go out play footy, and then we'd have our tea and go back out most of the time. Or we'd say to our mums, yeah, we'll get tea while we're out. Like, that was what I grew up doing. So I played footy pretty much every day of my youth. And that's what it's like when you're of my generation anyway. And I think that's why you had to be a very, very, very good footballer to make it. You couldn't just be the best in your class. You couldn't be the best in your class. You couldn't be the best in your year. You couldn't even be the best in your town. You had to be the best and then mentally make it and make all the sacrifices as well. So now it feels like the bar's a lot lower. Like, I'm sure the quality of players now is still, you don't have to play footy all the time. You could probably get away with just having a weekend, playing on a weekend, focusing on your studies, playing in the 6-week holidays. You probably don't have to be football obsessed to make it nowadays, which is sad. You just have to be an athlete, don't you? You have to be an athlete. That's one of the other things that's happened as a result of it. You've now got, big, strong, tall players who can just run faster than most people. They can just run faster. As long as you can run faster and run for longer, you probably have an half-decent career as a footballer. Whereas there were some players who, when I was growing up, again, maybe they couldn't run all that far or fast, but on the ball they were unreal. I mean, look at Matt Letizia. Matt Letizia would not have even got a career at this level anymore. Matt Letizia was slow, but what an absolute genius he was on the ball. Absolute genius. He was fantastic on the ball. Scored loads of goals, some really high quality goals. But he would never have made it at this level now. Daniel, what do you think of Neil Warnock? I like him. Yeah, I've read Neil Warnock's autobiography about 3 or 4 times, and it's brilliant. I would recommend it to anyone. If you're going on a plane or out like that, get Neil Warnock's autobiography and put it on audiobook. It's fantastic. talks about El Hadji Diouf. He talks about his early days at all his time at Sheffield United, at QPR, at Palace. He was I thought he was a really good manager. Junaid, I'm riding it out for the lose. I don't care. Daniel, you can see PSG players were street ballers. Yeah, and this is it. Like you can see countries like Brazil, for example. Brazil will always have that because it's in many parts of Brazil, it's quite a poor and impoverished country, and they have the favelas and they have that, street football identity and culture. In a lot of the Western world now, it's just you don't have that. Don't have that anymore. Kids come home and they play on Grand Theft Auto, they play on whatever it is, FIFA, or whatever the game of the moment is. So yeah, it's changed. Lee Jumier, is this going to be a draw? Well, you said, didn't you, Lee Jumier? You said that France were going to score 1 goal. And it can still happen. It's still happened. There's still 15 minutes to go. Still 15 minutes. Daniel, you can see Kyle Walker's talent, renowned as the best strike back for many years. Take away his pace, and he's awful. I'm not sure I would agree with that. Kyle Walker was a very good right back. I would say that he wasn't the best ever, don't get me wrong. I think Trent's better, but he was... France! Oh, there you go. There's one chance. Really unlucky that. Good shot. Good save from Suarez. That was really good play by the fullback. And then it was Matthijs Tel, I think, who got the shot away. Yeah, it was Lukeba who was carrying the ball forward incredibly well. Portugal aren't scoring here. There's not a chance Portugal are scoring, by the way. If this is going to happen, it's going to be 1-0 France. If there's a goal in this, that's what I would say to you, mate. If there's a goal, it's 1-0 France. Oh, cheers. Thank you, Substub. I don't know why that's happened. There you go. We're back. Okay, Matthijs Tel is coming off. Another change for France. Matthijs Tel off, and Chauna is coming on. Lazio's, I think he's a centre mid, isn't he, Chauna? Daniel, you should have watched the Senegal game. Awful performance from Walker. Yeah, well, I don't know about that. I didn't watch. I have heard or I've seen on socials that he wasn't great. Litigation, Neil Warnock, a very nice human being. I mean, the allegations that Neil Warnock allegedly throughout his career took bungs from players, isn't it? That was always the thing that followed him around, that he used to say to players, how much are you going to, make it worth my while, sort of thing. You're on these big wages, make it worth my while to put you in the squad. Stuff like that. I mean, again, how true that is, we never know, but that was one of the allegations that followed him round through his career. He also was very, very good. One of the lesser known things about Neil Warnock that he mentions in his audiobook is that he's a fantastic, and I'm talking nearly professional level, bowler. Here's Portugal getting into the box. Chance for Portugal. Good save from Restes. Guillaume Restes with the save there. Yeah, I was going to say, he's at nearly a professional level bowler, Neil Warnock. Because what he did with the Sheffield United team, he hustled them. He said to the lads, come on, let's all go out and we'll go and have a big game of bowling. He booked out this bowling lanes thing. And, and he did whatever game. They all threw loads of money in. And he basically played awful and got him to whack loads of money in that he was going to win. Got the pot up to however much, 50 grand or whatever it was. And then went to his car and got out a professional bowling ball, put a professional bowling glove on, and just strike after strike after strike, and absolutely smashed him and won the money. So it was always stuff like that with him as well throughout his career. But yeah, I like Neil Warnock. That's fantastic play again. Who's that? Who's the Portugal left back? Portugal left back's another one to watch out for. Is it the Portugal left back or was that Forbes? No, I think it was Nazinho, wasn't it? Yeah, Nazinho. Nazinho did very well there. Who's he play for? 21, plays for Cercle Bruges. And he's got 8 goals and assists in 29 games. That's not a bad... Do you know what? That's one to look out for. He came through the Sporting Academy. He's just gone to Cercle Bruges in Belgium. So yeah, I'm going to keep an eye out for him. Nazinho, I like him. He's impressed me in this game. Nazinho, Lukeba, Merlan. Decore's been alright. Abline. Tierno Barry, of course. Quenda and Fernandez have been fantastic. Maybe even Lamba. But yeah, some good scouting opportunities here with these two teams. Still 0-0. Disappointing. Certainly for Junaid in the chat, who's looking for over 1.5. He needs 2 goals in this in the last 10 minutes. There's still time, Junaid. There's still time, mate. Stay faithful. We've seen it happen before. Long ball forward here. Switched over to the right-hand side. And as it stands, I mean, these are in the same group as Georgia and Poland. This is Group C. Group C is Georgia, Poland, France and Portugal. All under 21s, of course. This one finishing 0-0 as it stands. Georgia and Poland currently 1-1. Oh, that was a naughty challenge. Referee says play on. Keeps the ball in. Very well played. France coming forward. I can see it. If it's going to be it's going to be 1-0 to either side. I can't see it being Portugal though. Portugal seem like they've sat off now. Seems like Portugal are sitting off and accepting this. Litigation just back to over 1.5 at 11-1 on Betfair. It's a funny game after all. Why not, mate? That's a penalty, ref! Oh, he's give a dive. He's give a dive. Oh, he has. He's give a dive. And a yellow card as well. Yeah, and the player doesn't even complain. He doesn't even complain. Diouf, Andy Diouf, the midfielder from Lens. He got into the box. Really good run. Oh, it's a clear dive. It's a clear dive. Not good enough. Poor from Diouf. Not the first Diouf to dive either. I'll say that. El Hadji Diouf. Litigation. Come on, we need goals, especially for Junaid. Justice for Junaid. Come on. Let's have a couple of goals in this one. A couple of late goals. Make him some cash. Come on, Portugal. I think if Portugal scored one, surprisingly, I think France would go up the other end and get one back. But I think if it's the other way around, Portugal will collapse. I've not seen anything from Portugal in the last half an hour. They've not done anything in the last half hour. Ethan, who's your man of the match so far? Lukeba. Yeah, Castelo Lukeba, the centre-back. He's been terrific. Absolutely terrific for France. Again, there's a reason why Liverpool are looking at him. He's one that Liverpool are looking at to potentially replace Kanate. He's been bang on today, I think. I was disappointed. I was really surprised that Portugal took Quenda and Roger Fernandez off. Both of those were really good. They seem to have lost a bit of momentum since those two went off because they were the ones who were helping them get in over the top. Portugal haven't really done an awful lot since those two have left. Litigation. George Graham took more bungs. It was normal back then. It's going to be a goal kick to France. Junaid, Litigation, I know, mate, just a snooze fest. No goals. This is my lesson to not bet on games that I don't know. Certainly not $290, mate. You're a brave man. You're a very brave man. Never trust stats. Well, as they say, lies, damned lies, and statistics. These teams had 100% XG and over 1.5. Well, they're in down the left-hand side here, France. There's still a chance. These two teams are stretched. In the box. Keep it in if you can. Come on, France. Here we go. Ball in. Hit it. Oh, unlucky. Cleared away. Good touch at the back there by Lambert again. Ethan, one for Portugal, one for France. I'm saying Matty for Portugal, Luke Aber for France. Yeah, Luke Aber definitely. I think for Portugal, yeah, Fernandes has been okay. He's been all right. I'm not sure that I would say he's man of the match, though. Probably Lambert. Yeah, I think Lambert's probably been the player. I've said him a few times, a centre-back. He's defended quite... Probably the two centre-backs. That's it, yeah. Two centre-backs. France getting in. He's ran it out of play. It's going to be a goal kick. Really disappointing. Very, very disappointing. Oi, 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 oi. Well, listen. We've got, obviously, this one tonight. Tomorrow, we're live again. I just want to give everyone a quick reminder. Tomorrow, we are live again. For 2 under-21 championship games. If you're coming and watching with us again, please make sure you've liked and subscribed. We're live tomorrow for 2. We've got Ukraine against Denmark first. That's at 5 o'clock. So we're live at 4 PM for that one, doing all the build-up and talking through it and having a chat, same way as we've done with this one. Hopefully more goals in that one than we've seen with this. And then the big one, 8 o'clock. We're live at 7 for Czech Republic against England under-21s. Some very, very big performers in that England under-21 team. Obviously, Harvey Elliott going to be one who'll be putting on a real show. There's a lot of clubs around Europe keeping an eye out for Harvey Elliott. And plenty of other young players in that one. Archie Gray of Spurs as well, of course. Archie Gray, Joe Bellingham, Elliot Anderson, Harvey Elliott, Jack Hinchelwood, Hayden Hackney, another player that Man United are looking at Middlesbrough. Hayden Hackney, Ethan Nwaneri, James McAtee of Manchester City, Alex Scott, Amari Hutchinson, Jay Stansfield, Samuel Illing Jr., all of those in the squad, as well as Charlie Cresswell, Ronnie Edwards, and Egan Riley of Burnley, soon to be Strasbourg. And I imagine that with James Beadle, the Brighton goalkeeper. Good save there, good take from Restes. Daniel, do you think Poch gets sacked before the World Cup? Another embarrassing defeat for him? No, I don't think so. I think Poch has signed a big contract there. He's a big name manager, and I think he'll stay the course, certainly. For the World Cup, they need a big name managing them, and I think Pochettino is that. So yeah, I can't see him getting sacked. I know it's not a great time for him at the minute, but yeah, I think he finds it to work with the USA, or he finds a way for it to work. Daniel, do you think Brazil qualify for the World Cup? Yeah, they'll qualify. They won last night. They're quite a way ahead of Venezuela. Venezuela are the closest team to catching them. There's quite a way for them to get back into it. I just don't see it. Brazil have had their little wobble. Carlo Ancelotti will get them to the World Cup. They'll get there. There's too many places for him to not really qualify. Daniel, who do you think is favourite to sign Elliott? Well, if you'd believe the English press, then it's Wolves. Yeah, apparently it's Wolves. They're looking at him to sign and play in the position that Matheus Cunha did. So maybe we get the money that Manchester United gave to Wolves. We go and get maybe 50 million, 60 million quid for Harvey Elliott. Kwanzaa apparently is going to Leverkusen. You know, there's maybe money there from Chiesa as well. Diaz, 70, 80, 90 million. Nunes, 70, 80, 90 million. So Liverpool are going to recoup a lot of money this summer. A lot of money. Tyler Morton's going as well. Don't forget Tyler Morton. Be interested to see what happens with Bajcetic. There's a lot of players Liverpool have got out on loan. Daniel, I'm interested to see where Hutchinson goes. He's too good for the Championship. Well, allegedly he's being linked with a £15 million move to Sunderland, which I don't know. I don't think that's a smart move for Sunderland. I think they could spend 15 million. I mean, maybe they're just protecting themselves, because if you sign Amari Hutchinson for 15 million, as you say, he's too good for the Championship. If Sunderland go back down, they've got him, haven't they? They've got him for it. Jaden, why did England miss their 4th World Cup qualifiers match? What? Their 4th World Cup qualifiers match? I don't know what you mean. Junaid, this is a draw. It's looking like it, isn't it, Junaid? Sadly, we gave it the death curse by saying there would definitely be a goal in this one. It's been the second half's been quite poor. The first half, we saw one cleared off the line. We saw a VAR check for a penalty. It was close to being a penalty. And maybe if there had been a penalty, maybe goals change games. Maybe if there had been a penalty, it would have opened the game up. But this one feels like two teams who've just been a little bit cagey, especially in the second half. They've not wanted to lose. Didn't really want to commit enough bodies forward to try and win it. Portugal particularly, they've sat back. Portugal have really sat back in the second half. It's not been a good watch from Portugal's perspective. And from France's perspective, you would have expected France to kick on and do a little bit more. Oh, there you go. That's good news. So there's breaking news in the last hour or so that Crystal Palace, UEFA have ruled that Crystal Palace, John Textor, does not have a controlling stake in Crystal Palace, and therefore there is no conflict of interest between Palace and Lyon being in the same competition, which means that Lyon and Palace will both compete in the Europa League next season. It looks like that storm has been quelled and Palace will actually be able to stay in. Wow, chance! Oh, how's he missed that? Oh, France should have been 1-0 up. France really should have been 1-0 up. That's shocking. That's really poor. It was great build-up play. They get into the area and he's got to finish that. He has to finish that. Who was it? Who was that? He gets into the area. He got to do better. On his stronger foot as well. It was Lepenant. He's had a shocker. Portugal, chance, must be. Oh, hit it. Oh, too slow. Honestly, it could have been 1-1 in the last 2 minutes. Honestly, Junaid, they've both missed absolute sitters. Lepenant at one end, too easy. Far too easy. On his right foot. In the 9 yards out on his right foot, and he just catches it all wrong, ends up hitting it into the ground, and the keeper claims it. Now it's a corner to Portugal. Portugal went up the other end. Forbes had a big chance. And now it's a corner. Is there going to be a goal at the end of this? Portugal 0, France 0, whipped in. Oh! Skied. Oh no, good ball. He sliced it so bad it went back over to his mate on the halfway, on the edge of the corner flag. Oh, it's a draw. Yeah, there you go. He's blown up. The end. Portugal 0, France 0. Disappointing. Very disappointing. Start to our under-21 championships, UEFA under-21 championships coverage. It wasn't a bad game. I know Junaid, you'll say that it was a snooze fest. It wasn't a terrible game, but ultimately 0-0, no goals. What can we say? Hopefully we'll have better tomorrow. So we've got Ukraine against Denmark tomorrow, under-21s. That's a 5 o'clock kickoff, and then 8 o'clock kickoff tomorrow night. Czech Republic against England, under-21s. Some big plays in that one. Come and join me. Again, you can watch him on Channel 4 live on the app, or I think on the Channel 4 More 4 or whatever it is on your telly, Sky Channel 47. So I'll be live doing those tomorrow. If you want to come and join me and want to talk general chit chat about football, whatever you fancy talking about, Again, please like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Really appreciate it. Lots of love, everyone who's been in the comments. And yeah, looking forward to another good day of football tomorrow. Take it easy.